Hello and welcome, fifth grade scholars. This is Mr. Guerra. This is Math, and today is Monday, May 17th, 2021. Hey, my joy moment. Uh, these two people right here, Elizabeth and Kaylin, had their birthday over the weekend. They are two of our foster children. In this picture, you see the family that I had at the time about 3 years ago. This is their biological mom. Uh, she was allowed to visit them. And as you can see, I have Kaylin, Aiden, Elizabeth, Ariel, Christopher, Cameron, Matthew, Cyril Matthew the fourth, then that's Zoe, and that is Anthony there. So we had a big crowd. Yes, we had 9 children with my wife and I. That makes 11. So we had lots of fun. Guys, we're going to continue to star review. Make sure you know what an input-output table is. Know what your X and Y axes are. Make sure you know what an additive and multiplicative rule is, because you will be seeing quite a few of those. And you're going to continue to use your rubies. R is read the problem. 2 is underline the key words. 3 is barf up what you know. 4, identify the question. 5, eliminate answers. And 6 is to solve. Something else I'm going to give you today is that we are going to go ahead and add and subtract fractions, and you can only do that with matching denominators. So I wanted to make sure, for an example, we have is 1/2 minus 1/3 equals what? How do we go through that? Well, hopefully you remember. What are the two denominators? 2 and 3. Excellent. Yes. The next thing is we find the least common multiple. I should already know it just by looking, but if you forgot how to get this, this is the way we do it. We look at 2, and then we look at the multiples of 2 and 3, and I think 2 times 1, 2 times 3, and I fill this up, 2, 4, 6, 8, because it's still 4, and I do the same thing for 3, and then I look for the least common multiple. In this case, it's going to be 6, and we go through there, and then we make equivalent fractions. The equivalent fractions in this point is 1/2 and 1/3. How do we make them? Well, we got to see what 2 times what equals 6 and 3 times what equals 6. If I look up here, I have 1, 2, 3 to get to 6 if I'm using 2. So I'm going to multiply by 3 on the top. If I multiply that on the top, I have to multiply it on the bottom. So if I multiply in the numerator and the denominator, I come up to 3, 6. I do the same thing over here with the 1/3. I multiply it by 2 in the numerator, by 2 in the denominator, and I got 2, 6. I then work out the problem, which will give me 3, 6 minus 2, 6 equals 1, 6. That brings us to our do now. Our do now is going to be a little bit different today. I'm going to be showing you how to get to a practice star test. You're going to be practicing some of the tools that are on there. So please follow directions. There is a link, teachers, in the 5G teachers if you haven't already done it. And if you're on these, you can go ahead and press on here. It'll take you straight to it. Scholars, make sure you get on here. Once you get to this point, I want you to wait for me. Pause the video if you're waiting on the scholars. Okay, scholars, we're going to select the year 2018. We are in 5th grade, so we're going to do grade 5. The subject is mathematics. The test we're taking is no PMP, and then we take the test. I'm going to wait here. Once it gets here, I'm going to wait for y'all to catch up with me. You should have something that looks like this. It's going to say the star 5th grade, mathematics administered, and down on the bottom down here, you should see the next button, back and next. Once you get here, you click on the next. The next few pages are going to give you directions. I'm going to give you 1 minute to go ahead and review that. I'm going to pause the video. You can read this, go to the next screen, Keep going until you hit the stop screen. Once again, you have 1 minute. Excellent, excellent, scholars. Now we're going to be going over this here. As you can see, there are many tools up here. There's a guideline. The guideline is used like if you're reading and having problems, you can use that to highlight the words and you can make sure that you're doing this correctly. You're going to have it for all the STAR tests, so that'll be for ELA, for math and science. You're going to have that tool up there. One of the best tools I have is the Eliminator. But you know what? I use rubies, right? So I'm going to read the problem I have currently. When cleaning his room, Paul found 7 cents on his desk, 98 cents under his bed, and $2.04 in his closet. What is the total amount of money Paul found? So now I can do one or two things. I've already read it, so the next thing I got to do is underline. I can use my pencil. I can move this out of the way, and I can go ahead and underline this. Found 7 cents, what's important. Or if I don't want to use that, I can clear it out because I don't have the answer. Close out. I can go ahead and highlight. And how do I highlight? I do that. Get the highlight there. Highlight that. And highlight this right here. And I also need to identify the question. So next I got to barf up, but I'm still identifying here. So total amount of money found. So I highlight that. So now I'm barfing up. I go back to my pencil. I use my pencil. I'm going to do this. Total amount of money found. Total usually tells me to add. So I put a plus sign here. That's we know I got to add this to this. So now I take 204. Oh, by the way, you can do this on your notepad. All right. There's a notepad. You add 7 cents to this. This becomes 211. But you know what? I can go ahead and eliminate one of the answers because I know it's not that. It's not 209 because I already got 211. So let's go back to the pencil. I got 98 cents to add. 1 plus 8 is 9. 1 plus 9 is 0. Carry 1, that gives me a 3. Make sure I put my decimal point. So I know that 309 is my answer. I can eliminate these two right here. Leaves me 309. Now, please do not mark the answer and then hit clear to go to the next one because that's going to take your answer away. All right? You do have an erase option right here in your pencil. Now, this is all I'm going to show you today. That's a lot to learn. I want you to go ahead and practice for the next 3 minutes using the eliminator and the guideline. It's your turn now. Pausing the video.